What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? Had to come on real quick. Just made it back in. It's gonna be a brief one. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Came to y'all a little late. We probably gonna move this this live to more than likely it's probably gonna be Wednesday when we do a full show. What up? What up? What up? Man, talk about traveling, boy. Traveling all the way back to the crib and long flight, long layover. Then when you get here, got to fight through 2 hours of traffic to get home. It's just, your boy is spent. It's spot. I think Zoe might be tapped out as well, man. What's up? What's up? So I just, I know a couple folks you of y'all was expecting, us to come on and do something tonight. But we probably just gonna keep it real brief. I wanted to just check in with y'all, man, see what y'all was up to. See what y'all had on your mind, man. Like folks still mad today. Y'all know how it go, man. Y'all know how it go. But one thing we don't want to do with this is we don't want to start getting sloppy. So, the cool part about it is we kind of control when we do what we do. So if we need to PWI HBCU dance team. Man, everybody keeps talking about that. I do not know anything about that. I might need to just somebody send that to me, bro, because I've been traveling all day, man. I got on a plane, Jackson, 9 a.m., man, and had a long layover in H-Town and back on the West Coast, man. So y'all know what it is, man. Hey, bro, Saturday was brutal, man. It was it was an eventful day. Y'all know we kicked Grambling, kicked Grambling in the teeth. What up, Nook? What up, Nook, man? It was hot. Everybody still talking about the water, still talking about the heat, and I don't blame them, bro. It was bad. It was bad out there, bro. But, hey, look, man, everybody playing football on Saturday, so got another game on Saturday. Hey, look, man, my admonishment to everybody, take this hat off. Y'all know I'm at home now, so man, y'all know what my head look like. But hydrate, and hydrate some more, man. I know everybody's talking about the heat and stuff, man. I didn't see any players. The players got helmets on, they got pads, they got clothes, they got they in good condition, man. So they was down there, and bro, it's hot down there on the field, And shout out to both of the teams and staff for getting their teams prepared to play. It looked like everybody was pretty much in decent condition to get through a full game without any of the players, succumbing to, the heat and all that good stuff. What Grambling folks talking about, low water pressure in the bathroom. Bro, this is the thing about the water. Everybody in America knew Jackson was dealing with a water crisis. And we had just got water in the city like that same week. So I don't know why, I went to the restroom. Like I said, I didn't use the toilet, but I used the urinal. I washed my hands. Man, I was putting water on my head. It was so hot. And it was it worked just fine. So I'm not sure about the toilet, so I can't speak on that. But one thing, I saw somebody complaining about the grass, and I'm like, bro, it took my yard two days, man. My sprinkler messed up 2 days in this heat. Man, my grass went from green to light khaki in a matter of 2 days. So trust me, the water not being on. I guess some people just don't. Some people lack critical thinking, man. It'd be like, so wait a minute, let me get this straight. So the whole city didn't have no water, and the vet sits in the city of Jackson, and everybody, nobody had water except for the Jackson State sprinklers at the vet. It's like, come on, man. I already knew what that was. And I went to the stadium and I saw the grass. I was like, oh yeah, the water. Grass look dry as all get out. But prior to that, the grass looked so good, man, that it looked like artificial turf. But you could definitely see, the effects of the water situation. So everybody was affected. Like I said, hearts and prayers go out to everybody that dealt with that, man. With several people falling out, passing out. Um, but with that being said, there's another element I think a lot of people don't want to touch on, and that is people were trying to get through it and stay. Some people had to leave. Some people left. I got up and went to the tunnel where the shade was because I got tired of the sun beaming on this big old noggin of mine, And but I stayed, and once I come out of the sun for a little while, body cooled off. I had ice, had some more water, and poured it on my head. But everybody looked like they had a whole lot of energy at halftime when they were going, GS, GS. Everybody had energy then, boy. They didn't expect that 45-point explosion in the second half. Boy, when that came out, man, hey, everybody started running to the cars. But look, I don't have an issue with people leaving early for the opposing team. I know Coach said something about it, but I don't really. You see that in all sports. Their team get up. Hey, man, people try to get to the exit real fast. I guess they were trying to beat traffic, but man, it's football, bro. You play football outside. I don't know what is this notion of we're at the mercy of Mother Nature, man. When we go football outside, I don't care any outdoor sports are going to be at the. We were dealing with rain delays, lightning strikes, all kind of stuff like that the first couple of weeks, and everybody's okay with that because it's rain and it's like, oh man, we just waited out. But when it's hot, it's like, well, we need to change the time. Man, people start playing. Football start at 9 o'clock on the West Coast. They had 11 o'clock games wherever they be at. People start playing ball. I mean, you playing outside. This whole notion of we just gonna let's play all night games. Well, if you want to be on TV, hey man, you gotta play when according to the contracts and stuff. At the end of the day, the first part of the season is in the South. We know how it goes, man. It's gonna be hot. You got to be prepared. You can't be drinking all night and drinking at a tailgate. And I'm not saying everybody did this. I took my last sip of alcohol on Friday night. I drank nothing but water and all day Saturday, and still damn near got took out. But I'm telling you, man, it's one of them things where you have to just be careful and be smart and self accountability, man. If you're going to a football game, it's gonna be hot. You got to prepare for it. Like I said, this ain't basketball where you're gonna be playing indoors. Or this ain't like Mike just said. He said this ain't Syracuse. Where we're gonna be in a dome. We got this notion of comfort when we go outside. It's not something that we control. Jackson State didn't sign. It's not Jackson State's fault that it was hot. Like it's hot every day. And even though it was hot as hell, we wasn't talking about no heat after we won that game. I can tell you right now, if they beat us 66-24, last thing they'll be talking about today is heat exhaustion. Now I did make notion of the fact I listened to Coach Prime's comments, and one thing he did say that was inaccurate was he mentioned that FAMU used band dip because of they was getting whooped, but that had something to do with heat exhaustion as well. I don't blame the band directors of Grambling for pulling their band and taking them to safety. I mean, after halftime, we was watching Grambling band members drop like flies, man. They was just falling, passing out. You don't want to see that, man. It's an ugly sight. So, heart goes out to them. Hope everybody's safe. But about the water situation, people say they run out of water. Let me explain something to y'all. I used to work for Coca-Cola for 8 years, almost a decade. So they're selling 24-ounce bottles of water, or 20-ounce bottles of water. So 20-ounce bottles of water comes 24 to a case. If you have over 44,000 fans in attendance, I did the math on that. Because you got to think this stuff through, man. If everybody in the stadium got one bottle of water, you're looking at about 2 truckloads. And I mean truckloads, I mean like 18-wheeler truckloads. That is a lot of water. Now, I know everybody was crying about the water situation, and we're going to address that. We got to be better, of course. Maybe they allocated whatever they thought was going to be enough. Wasn't enough. It happens. Even in sales, I've sold up and projected, okay, this is going to be a busy weekend. This is going on. I need to sell up, right? And I work for Coke in Jackson, so Brown Bottle and Pepsi was my competition. So trust me, I know how this works. Selling Dasani 20 ounce and Aquafina being Pepsi's brand. So it you could literally have left a pallet of water, multiple pallets in every single station in that stadium, and you still probably would have ran out, because if people are buying 5-6 bottles of water because it's just that extreme, then you're gonna run out a whole lot faster. And like DJ just said, this is the easiest way. Appreciate you for coming on, DJ. Man, my brother came to Jacktown, bro. We had an amazing time, bro. Glad you made it safely. I just got back. Might be a little late for Zoe. Zoe just made it in as well. So just wanted to come on and just talk to you guys for a little while and then chop it up, and then I'll get out your way. But this is another thing that people will be pissed off about. If they say a 2-bottle limit, 2. They say, well, look, you can't buy no more than 3 bottles of water because we need to make sure we got enough. Now, unless they was going to go to the warehouse and bring every single case and got every single pallet of water, you got to keep this in mind for perspective. We were dealing with a water crisis already. So look at the amount of water that was already being given out and being dispensed to the city. So I can tell you right now, Pepsi having the contract, Jack State, there's a possibility that Pepsi could have been at a strain when it comes to inventory. And I say that for this reason, because I'm telling you, I worked for the biggest bottler in the nation, Coca-Cola, in Jackson, Mississippi for 5 years. CCR was turning CCN on. And I'm telling you, man, you can't shut down your freaking operation and all of your day-to-day accounts to take care of one account for one game. That's bad business, and you will lose those accounts. So what Pepsi can do, we're also still dealing with COVID. We're still dealing with supply issues. I happen to work for a company right now where we're still dealing with supply issues. And I can tell you right now, you know what's not available in truckload quantity right now? Water. And it hasn't been available for 2 months. I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to make this up, but see, I see it from a perspective that most don't see it. See, people think about it from the perspective of the world revolves around me, and I need to be able to go get water. And if I don't get water, then who do I need to cuss out? Who do I need to fuss out? And somebody need to do better. I'm telling you, I don't care how much money you got right now. I cannot sell you a truckload of water. A truckload of water is about 22 pallets of water. Now, you don't have no debate with me, because I'm telling you, this is what I do for a living. Been in this for years. And I'm telling you, I already knew what was happening. You look at what DJ is talking about. You just do simple mathematics. The suppliers of whoever has that account has to be able to supply the stadium. So they can only give you so much water before they start throwing in Gatorade, they start throwing in Pepsis, they start throwing in Sierra Mist. They're going to throw other 20-ounce stuff in there because they hope that that other stuff slow you down from buying all the water. So I'm just saying, you got to consider that. Not an excuse, but there is a reason. Just telling you what I know. We have a report right now that's called a lost sales report for my team around the nation, because due to COVID and due to supply issues, there's a shortage on plastic, there's a shortage on aluminum, there's a shortage on all different types of things that we know that most people aren't even aware of, that I get to see from a supply, from a supplier standpoint, just because of the profession I'm in. And I'm telling you, it's not pretty, man. It's not. And you can, hey, I'm not capping, bro. I ain't gonna pop my collar, because if I told I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna just leave it alone. I let folks think what they want to think. I ain't in LA for nothing. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I came to LA for a job. I tell you that right now. And I'm not stunned. I'm not trying to turn up on nobody. I'm just telling you, man, I see it from a different perspective. I can't sell a truckload of water right now if I wanted to. It's not available. Not Nestle, not Crystal Geyser, not Dasani, not Aquafina, not Perrier, not San Pellegrino, not Aquapana, and not Fiji. Fiji is the only one I probably get right now because Fiji is as high as cow cooch. But I'm just telling you, man. So what am I saying? He just ran in. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you, man. I know for a fact that they probably upped the ante on how much water they had on hand. But I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to say it. So when this happens or if this happens, you're going to see another complaint. They wouldn't let me buy no more than 3 bottles of water. So I had to send all my kids up there. I'm just telling you, we all got solutions, but we got to understand that there are issues that are going on right now. And can't keep working. I don't care nothing about you being in the chat, dude. It's like, Miss Man, like I'm just talking to the people right now. Appreciate you for tuning in. But here's all I'm saying. Again, it's a deflection. I'm just being real with y'all. Everybody in America knew we were dealing with a water crisis. We just got water back a week ago. Somebody put in the chat how long Jackson was without water. 2 weeks? Uh-oh. Diamond said, I got water on the business side in the fourth quarter. It's possible that some stations could. I had water too. I got me some water. Then I went downstairs, went to the field, got water down there too. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying that it didn't happen because everybody's perception is their reality, and I'm not going to debate that. My experience was this: I got hot too, and I went. DJ will tell you I was up in the top because after about the third quarter. What up, Avis? So here's all I'm saying. I just think we this is, man, bro. Like I was just like, when did we go left with this? Man, football in the South is hot, man. It's always hot. It's been hot all my life in the summer. Now listen, that heat was disrespectful. I know we used to playing 6 p.m. games and we used to playing them evening games, but most of them games you know, whatever, man. I would love to. Somebody asked me today, what time is the camp? Look, man, homecoming, 1 o'clock, Southern, 1 o'clock. Just get used to it. Just prepare your mind for it. And the cool part about Southern is Southern is going to be October 29th. So hopefully the weather has been broke by then. But I won't give a damn if it's 100 degrees on October 29th. I'm going to be present. I don't care if I got to freeze some towels, stick them in my little thing, and bring ice. I'm going to bring them, whatchamacallit. I'm telling you. Man, I'm coming prepared, man. So all I'm saying is this right here. Man, do you know how hot it is in the hole in Grambling? Are we gonna sit up here and act like that game and that folk ain't gonna fall out? Man, we were walking into the Orange Blossom Classic, first game of the season. I ain't laughing, but I'm just saying. I'm laughing about what I'm about. Anyway, I'm not laughing at what I'm about to say. Bro, before we even walked in the stadium, somebody was on the ground, laid out with paramedic. This is what I realized about this past weekend. It starts and stops with me. Ken got to make sure Ken's straight. So what Ken gonna do from now on, hey man, I ain't drinking Friday night for the game, and I ain't drinking Saturday during the game. I gotta say, look, I'm above 40 now, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't 16, 17, 21, 29. I ain't 29 no more, man. It feels different, bro. So I got to be better prepared. I got to, make sure, run or something, get my oxygen up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm in shape, lose them little extra pounds I done gained. I'm telling you, man, you got to hydrate. I got liquid IVs, all kinds of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, you got to do what you got to do and be prepared for that thing, bro. And look, that's what I'm saying, GS, bro. It get grueling now. I'm saying like this right here, man. I drink water. I drink a whole lot of, bro. I drank so many, I drank so many of them big 1 liter bottles of water. It just, man, I got sick of water. I was drinking so much water, man. And I drink water. I'm just telling you, I did what I normally do. And I'm saying what I normally do just wasn't enough. So I realized, okay, all right, I got to regroup. Maybe I don't know. I had the long sleeve, thin long sleeve, but dry fit. I try to wear the dry fit so when I sweat, it feels cool on me. It's cool. But hey, man, self accountability, man. Whatever you need to do to make sure you don't pass out, because I ain't trying to fall out. But boy, I'm gonna tell you, I'm making y'all laugh, man. Check this out. So I was like, I was fighting it. I felt. We go to the bathroom, man. I had the ice. I'm rubbing the ice on the back of my neck, all on my head. I'm slapping my face with water. I'm like, whew, man, it's hot, boy. So I'm standing in the tunnel. Walk to the bathroom, man. My body feeling all just off, man. Like, man, I'm getting my behind kicked right now. All right, so I felt better. And I'm like, dang, bro, the game getting away from Graham and we stomping them in I'm trying to get back to my seat. And I said, well, man, I'm gonna run down. I said, I'm all right. I'm gonna go back down there. Man, I sat back down there for about a minute, man. That son was like, the son looked at my head and said, boy, you must thought I went in or something. I'm still here. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I had my one homie right here and another homie to the other side. I was like, bro, slide over so I could lean back. And I could try to like lean back. And boy, that was a bad decision because I tried to lean back and let them block the sun. And my body said, say player, you got one or two decisions to make. Either you gonna get up and get your ass out this sun, or somebody gonna come and get you because I'm about to give out. And I said, yeah, bro, I'm gonna let y'all have this, dog. I'm out. And that was it for me. That was it. I got up and I was like, you know what? I ain't going back down there. I ain't going back down to the game over with. And when I do go back down there, I'm going to go all the way to the other side over there to the touchdown end zone so I give me some of that water that I knew was over there, that good cold water. I'm telling you, man, I was like, boy, oh boy, I don't play about that, man. I don't play about that. I'm telling you, y'all be like, man, Kim, fell out. I don't know. Man, I don't want no alcohol. I don't want no shots. We used to have fun in the bed. I'll wait till the winter time comes. When the winter time comes, hey, I'll take a shot with you. But when that September heat in the midday of Mississippi, shit, you have that. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I won't do it. But anyway, so yeah, to the point, man. There's been a water crisis. Let me breaking news. It's Trey Glimp started. He talked a lot of stuff. Man, I don't keep up with no Trey Glimp. Who is that? Is that the kicker dude that went to UA? Man, I don't keep. Man, FTP, man. With all due respect. So here's the thing. We're gonna talk about the SWAC L's when we get done talking about their water situation. Because I don't care about them other schools and the other teams. We're gonna get to it though. Just give me a second. Plus, I ain't got Zoe, y'all. We gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to y'all on Wednesday and do a recap. I'm not doing a recap without Zoe. I don't think y'all would want that either. So I give my opinion. It just works better when we together. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys, man. And then I'll go to the comments. But I want to address this because I'm trying to. We had a water crisis for a couple of weeks that we've been dealing with. Seemingly to be repaired, but this is the first time that we've been able to really do anything in the vet. And it looked like a rush job. It felt like a rush job, but it wasn't rushed due to lack of preparation. It was rushed due to the circumstances. So I think they did the best that they could do with the situation and what they had to work with. And I think this weekend will be much better. It's unfortunate because it is what it is, man. But y'all know what we've been dealing with, and fortunately we were able to have a football game. But it was never going to be in doubt But I'll say this, man, we had more fans in the stadium than they did, and our fans um, weren't complaining like that. We had some issues, and I'm pretty sure it was what it was. Most of the people I talked to, a lot of people left. That was, that I know personally. It was like, man, I couldn't take it. And that's a personal decision. You gotta do what you gotta do, but it is what it is. So anyway, um, I ain't saying nothing else about that water no more, man. Y'all know what it is. We're not gonna. If Zoe want to mention something about it when he come back on, by all means. But it's today just felt like a lot of deflection. Nothing new was reported today. I don't care if you go get a picture of people laying down and fainting. We told you people had fainted, bro. Like I can go get one stick, and it's like we're reporting it as if it had just happened or something. Nothing new has happened since Saturday. Just Monday morning, we got to figure out a way to deflect from that butt whooping that was taken, and then it was what it was. So that's all I got on that water stuff, man. It was hot. It's gonna be hot again. Matter of fact, it's gonna be hotter on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be 92 degrees, bro. So y'all do what y'all supposed to do or what y'all gotta do to stay hydrated. I won't make this game. I won't be there Saturday. I won't. Nah. I'm gonna sit this one out. So I just need a break. Honestly, I've been traveling nonstop, and your boy is tired. I'm gonna watch this one from the couch. So, anywho, let's jump into it. So I'm gonna scroll up, see what y'all talking about, see if I can address and answer any questions that y'all have for me, and we'll go from there. All right, let's see. We're gonna go all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Let's see what we talking about. Low water pressure. Yeah, we addressed that. Ain't dressing them with water. South Carolina played at noon on Saturday. They did, and yeah, they sure did. We want football in AC. Our ancestors would not be happy about that. Hydrate. Do what you gotta do. Put some sunscreen on. Go get you one of them little hats with the umbrella, like them folks did. Them folks prepared, man. Everybody was, I had my little hoodie and my little hat, but that probably was the problem. I had my little hoodie on and my hat on, and my brain was getting cooked. So that might have been the wrong thing. I ain't gonna try that again. They just said 10 o'clock news that 40 people was treated for heat exhaustion. You got to drink water. Yep, that sounds about right. Wasn't hot when they tied the game up. Yeah, that 14 tie felt like AC. Joe did across the board. We have to change our mindset to elevate. There's no other way. That is a fact. I'm telling you, it's an uphill battle, man. Many have tried to unite us as a people and get us to be what we need to be through our own traumas and things. And many get exhausted before the mission is accomplished. So I hope, the mission that we own is I hope we can see it through, but I have my doubts. Day games are a part of football. Everyone plays in the South. Yep, that's true. They didn't have any problem getting in the water. All right, that's where we was at. Conditioning equals hazing now. 40 plus thousand people, 1,000 people buying 15. Yeah, that's a lot of goddamn water, bro. Simple math. All right, what up, Coach Sims? That band also bring them Gatorades and water as well. That's not on JSU. That's a great point. I didn't see. I don't know band talk. Y'all that know how the band operate. Y'all help the boy out, man. They're gonna grab 20 bottles each if it's free. Yep. The Boom performed on the same field, the same heat. That's what I was saying, bro. And they marched out. I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm leaving it alone. We can't fix last week, but we can prepare for this week. That's true. Mm-hmm. I blame them. You're a collegiate athlete. Program of adults bring Gatorade and water and Pedialyte have protocols in place. How you grown and don't know electrolytes, you're gonna pass out. And shoot, last year Alabama A&M, it was hot as hell. One could say, Mr. Gaddy, what's up, Mr. Gaddy? How you doing, man? I saw, man, Mr. Gaddy, I'm glad you tuned in. So, and I'm gonna get to the recruits, man, because we went over to the Sheridan and interviewed some of the recruits, and man, bro, it was pretty cool. Got a chance to holler at my boy Niles Gaddy, and man, Niles is tall. Mr. Gaddy, I don't know if Niles is 6'6", man. I think Niles like 6'7". We legit. I know with shoes on. He's 6'7". That boy is tall, man. He's looking down at us like we want to call him Big Daddy Gaddy now. You know, with all due respect, this Mr. Big Daddy Gaddy right here, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I got a pic with him. I'm gonna do some stuff with all the pictures and all the players I took pics with, and may put together something. Y'all hit that like button, 165. I'm feeling a little energized, man. Get going for a minute, and then I'll get out your way. If you have any idea, if having runners would help. Yeah, that would actually help a lot. Runners. I hope we adopt that. We had some meetings with the AD and stadium manager that was reported, and they listening. They're gonna try to make some adjustments, and we'll see what we can do. Somebody said that's cap. I saw that one. You dropped the facts for it. Keep working them in the chat. Okay. Today, JSU post out on Twitter that we had too much water and that we are going to start distributing water to the Jackson. Yeah, well, that's a good point. I didn't see that because, like I said, I've been traveling. But again, it could have been only so much that they brought to the stadium. And again, I don't know what that number looks like. I don't know what that number. And then you got to also consider who does the concessions. Like who has. I don't know the stuff that comes. I don't know the business side of that when it comes to like from a contractual standpoint. Is there one person or multiple parties that are responsible for that? Do they have a number that they normally bring? Last year should have been a really good barometer, but if they made some changes from a vendor standpoint, hey, there could have been some hiccups. Usually when there's change, there's always going to be. I always say the first 90 days on the job, man, is always the shakiest because you got to basically. There's a lot of changes that's taking place, and usually when the changes take place, kind of like the ticket situation, the stat situation. My lifelong college friend did stats, and he texted me on, I want to say either Friday night, and just said, normally he would always come down to the stands and text me and see if I was in town and come speak to me. And he was like, after 4 years, he won't be doing stats. So apparently there was some changes made, and we saw a hiccup with stats. So listen, I know, I get it, man. I ain't on here to make no excuses for grown-ups that get paid to do a job. I'm just not. I'm just giving you my perspective. We also had free ice on the visitor side. Whoa. People in the SWAC want to talk about everything but that 60 plus. They don't want that 66. That's it. I tell you what was hot. That 66 spicy. Woo, all flats. They got that. You going to get this work. Valley, you up next. We're going to get to it. Hold on. Let me go through the rest of these comments. Where can I find the interviews of recruits? Are you not subscribed to Tiger Talk with the 1400? How dare you come on this screen? As much as I put, look at that ticker. You see that ticker? That ticker say Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club podcast on YouTube. I need you to go in your search bar. Matter of fact, you watching this, you can actually do it while you're looking at it. Go to your search bar. Type in Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. And just hit enter. And everything that we put out there, you're going to see. You're going to see the interviews that we did. You're going to see the preview show, the recap show. We even got player interviews coming. We got a lot of stuff coming, man. But you gotta tap in. All right, where we at? Let me get back to it. Yeah, you made me mess up. I was almost there. We'll get into a little football. I'm gonna talk to y'all since my boy sleep. September is the worst for heat. Yes, it is. There's a lot of teams who are white at home. It is hot in the South. Notice Mississippi Valley coach is 8 and 30. That is mediocre. That we say. Yeah. I was at a tailgate on to Valley. Black people need to wear light color. Stop. Is that VIP section going to be permanent? Will that be for recruits? Man, I don't know what that was. I don't know. I don't got no intel on that. I just know that was for Paper Route Empire. It looked like. Yeah, I think that was for them. Mikey Williams, I did see that clip. We put that. Corey posted it on Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club podcast on YouTube. He put out a little clip on that. I gotta go check that out, man. Like I said, today I talked a little smack on Twitter, and I traveled, so I ain't seen a whole lot of nothing. And then when my flight from Houston to LA, man, I ain't have no internet, and I was tired, so I needed a break from the screen, and then the rest is that. So I'm just now y'all people are just soft. Why Mississippi Valley coach still coaching with a record? I mean, you got to know the history of Valley. I mean, you got to understand that. Like, it's a lot that comes into that, and I don't have the time to explain it tonight. Zoe will be a great partner to partner with me on that to answer that question for you. But there's a lot of elements to Valley. Valley just got their full allotment of scholarships this year. Valley looks like they're starting to invest into their program, and Vincent Dance is a good coach, man. Vincent Dance is a JSU Tiger, and I'm telling you, he's a good football coach. And sometimes your record doesn't dictate all the things you've had to overcome in order to play a football game, man. There's so many things that our HBCU coaches have to deal with just to coach a football game. Look at Coach Willie Simmons, I mean, he's 1-2 right now, and you can really make a strong case that, some of that have to do with some of the stuff that he's dealing with. Now, he did play North Carolina and he did play Jackson State, and but nevertheless, you can make a case that it's tough. So, got to keep that in mind. No, I will not be there this weekend, and I'm saying that, but hey, it depends on how I feel. I'm telling you, like, I know how I get, man. As the week goes by, I gotta get through my work week. Around Thursday, Friday, if I get that itch, I'm gonna look now. I'm gonna look at them flight prices. The flight prices are generous to me. I got a little way to get. I just might pull the trigger. I said I ain't gonna be there though. I said I ain't gonna be there, but the love of JSU it runs deep through my spirit, man. So we'll see. I'm gonna say no for now. It's like a 95% chance I ain't gonna be there. But that 5% done flipped a lot of times. I've been like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Wake up that morning and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go home. I'm going to this game. And next thing you know, buy a flight on the plane, throw a bag together and in and out just that quick. Not to take our ball and leave first opportunity. Just like Southern Harris Classic. Yeah. Other conferences start games at 12. Yeah. Mikey said he coming. That's gonna be pretty dope. I hope he come to this homecoming. That'll be dope, Mr. Campbell. All right, I'm gonna get past some of these comments, man, and just get on down to the bottom. I know you said that 28 from Grambling run like Dan McFadden. He run like O.J. Simpson. Wow. You know what? That was before my time. I got a question for you though, Sippy Saber. Was it O.J. when he was on the field running, or was it O.J. when he was running from the police? I just had to throw that in there. I'm in L.A. I had to do it. I had to do it. Yeah. I'm Graham fan. I love the channel. Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. Like I show love. Speaking of Grambling though, let's talk football for a minute. Get off all the gossipy, the soapbox stuff, right? I talked to Yard Talk earlier today. I saw some of her tweets, man. She was saying something about this people in Graham fam that's talking about. I tried to tell them folk, man. I said that. I told Trey. I said, Trey, y'all better hope y'all beat Northwestern State because y'all gonna get your butt whooped by Arkansas State. Then when you come to Jackson and you lose, y'all gonna be talking about fire you. I said, so you might want to do your boy a favor and win that Northwestern State game. You ain't got a snowball chance in hell to beat Arkansas State or Jackson State. And that was us talking crazy, right? But lo and behold, today, people, this is from the Grambling camp. We got people actually talking about firing Hugh Jackson. I'm like, these people are so unrealistically delusional. It ain't even funny. Let me tell you something about this Grambling team that we just played. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me, man. Listen to me now. I am telling you, the easiest position to fill in the SWAC are skill positions. Wide receivers, okay? Running backs. The hardest positions to fill, offensive line and really quarterback. I'm talking about quality quarterback play. Anybody can get a quarterback, put him behind the center. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about what you see with Shador. You know, what you see with, last week, this past Saturday, Andrew Body, elite quarterback play. I'm not, I didn't see the game. I just kind of got a recap and I saw the statistics. But I'm telling you right now, we talking about elite quarterback play. I'm telling you, Hugh Jackson has the ability to recruit that. Anybody that's on Grambling that has the notion that they want to get rid of that dude right now is smoking moon rocks. Listen to me, man. That team is super talented. And I said to her today, I said, Grambling right now is Jackson State in the spring under Coach Prime. Because that team has talent. They got a lot of young talent, man. They got a lot of speed. They just have some holes. And the way you fill holes is through recruiting. And I'm telling you, the way that man has the connections and his ability to recruit the state of California, and I'm telling you, California is a hotbed for, quarterbacks. And I'm telling you, he can easily go. Coach Hugh Jackson can go and get a recruit. When he get that top-notch quarterback, Grambling is going to be extremely tough to beat. I'm not worried about Grambling as far as defense. They'll be able to get defensive players. The defense looked pretty solid in the first half, but the second half it got away from them because we are 2 full recruiting cycles into Coach Prime's 3rd actual football season if you count the spring season. So we're way ahead of the curve on Grambling, and it showed up in the back half of the game. But I'm telling you, man, that team has talent. And I said it. I had Grambling pick to finish 2nd behind Southern, but I don't know if I need to stay in that. I don't know about that one because Southern got beat down on Saturday by Texas Southern, and I did not see that one coming. I did not see that one coming. I actually thought Southern was going to run through Texas Southern, and I was wrong. I'm going to tell you right now, Grambling could very well win the West. Looking at what we've seen, I ain't worried about no UAPB. I ain't worried about that. I know what they got over there. I ain't worried. Alcorn, they beat McNeese State. I get it. I totally understand it. Yeah, man. Give him time, bro. Give him time. Give him time. All right. Now I'm gonna skip on down. So if I miss some of that, y'all just have to. If you got questions and hey, I appreciate you, brother. I ought to have some mercy on Valley because I want 7, 8. We ain't gonna drop 7 or 8 on Valley. That ain't gonna happen. I don't see that happening. Maybe a 50 piece, if maybe, but I don't see 70. No, that's just Valley plays us extremely hard. That team is gonna be playing for Dancy's future. That team's gonna be playing extremely hard. Some players that played at Jackson State is on their roster. Now they don't have enough to. But hey, man, turnovers, man. I said this in the stands. If you was given a scouting report on Jackson State, as of right now through 3 games, you got to say Jackson State will give the ball away. We got to clean that up, man. And so a turnover here, a turnover there would make a lesser foe look like he's on your level or even greater than you. So turnovers, they got a funny way of turnover here, injury there. It could change things for you. So barring no injuries and nothing like that, yeah, maybe a 50 piece spicy. You know what I'm saying? Something light. You know what I mean? Kid Sy'veon Weeks remind me of Lindale. I thought about that today. Gosh, man, get out of my head. Aaron, I thought about that today. I did, man. I was watching, I went back and watched the recap that we did on Tiger Talk 1400 Club. Myself, D. Corey, C, and Zoe. And I said, damn, man, Sy'veon, I thought about Lindale White. I really did. I really thought about him today when I was listening, because I was watching the part with Zoe was called the man Little Sugar Cube, and that's hilarious to me, by the way. But man, I thought about that today. But then I said, well, I started thinking about, how Lindale runs, and you know what? The way he runs the ball, man, you are spot on. Because Lindale, you take them little short steps, but he was powerful. He falls forward, exactly what I said on the recap show. And he had those moves, man. Thunder and lightning, man. Lindale White and Reggie Bush. Well, they had a heck of a 2-headed monster at running back. And then got to the NFL, man, and couldn't keep his weight down. Then he had other things go left. So He reminded me of Trent Richardson. You know, Trent Richardson was another one that ran very low center of gravity. With Wilkerson rushed for 1,000. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's a great question. Yes. Yes, he will. Yes, Sy'veon Wilkerson will rush for, he will rush for 1,000 yards this season. I absolutely believe that. Yes, I do. That's a great point. I'm glad you asked me that question, because as of right now, I'm gonna pull up the stats real quick. Y'all don't mind. Give me a quick sec. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Share this, leave comments, all the good stuff. Stay a while. Stay till the morning, baby. Give me a sec, y'all. Give me a sec, man. Let me pull up these stats. Now, I want to say I know he's at 200 and something, but I want to make sure I give my thoughtful perspective on this. All right. So as of right now, he has 47 carries, 267 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's at a 5.7 yard average. My goodness. That is impressive. So 267. So to get to 1,000, he's man, he's 733 away. And let's just break that down. 733. We got 11 regular season games. So I mean, we got 8 games left. All he needs is an average of 91 yards per game for the next 8 games in the season, and he'll hit. And this is crazy because he didn't even get a whole lot of burn in the first game. That's crazy. And then he got some good burn in the second game, and he had his coming out party on Jackson State coming out party on Saturday. So, boy, I'm a fan. He was the first person I saw on campus when I went to this bookstore when I got home, and it was pretty cool, man. Took a picture with him, and I haven't posted that yet. But hey, Nook, you absolutely spot on, bro. We're gonna move right along. Somebody said West, number 1 Alcorn, number 2 PV, number 3 Grambling. PV ain't gonna be. Nah. That's fool's gold, Israel. That's fool's gold. Trust me. As the season gets on, let me tell y'all. This is why I'm saying this. All right, let me break this down. I'm glad Israel you put this up there. As the weather changes, we talked about weather in the beginning. As the weather changes, the ball gets harder as the season goes on because the weather, it gets colder. These quarterbacks that can't hit the wide side of a barn in cold weather, their accuracy goes to the toilet. So a lot of those kids that can't really, they resort to running. And I'm telling you, them hits hurt a little harder when it's cold outside. So, you know, that's the thing you got to kind of consider when you're looking at some of these games. Some of these games are gonna get away from some of these teams because when the latter part of the season, just their style of play just ain't gonna match up to the teams that are on it. The defense is gonna win that battle, in my opinion. So Alcorn, I would see Alcorn 1 or 2. I mean, you can put Alcorn 1, Grambling 2, Southern 3. I don't know, Prairie View 3. I don't know. It's possible, but I'm just telling you, Grambling is 0-0 in the SWAC. They got eight SWAC games just like everybody else do, and they start on Saturday. So if they don't have a bye week, I'm not sure what it looks like, but I know for the rest of the season it's SWAC play. So the point I'm making is, yeah, that's right. That's right, man. So they 0-0 in SWAC play. So you're gonna have to beat that team, man. And I'm telling you right now, from what I saw, just take the scoreboard off. I'm just looking at the first half. The first half was indicative of Grambling style football, man. And I wasn't nervous. I just felt like, you know, we needed to do what we do and not try to, you know, beat them at their game. So, and that's what we did in the second half. We got to quit comparing just. Hey, man, you're right. That's what I agree with that wholeheartedly. Don't. It's JSU and it's everybody else. You don't have to like it, but that's just what it is. I want to put an 84 piece on Southern. I just want to beat them ninjas, man. I want to beat them, bro. I want to beat them bad now. Don't get me wrong. I do want to beat them bad. What it do, Raj? So one thing Valley would do is dirty the game. That's why I said they're gonna ugly the game up, man. They always ugly the game up. They're gonna ugly that thing up. Trent Richardson at Bama. Yep. See, look, I'm just not seeing that. I miss the Trent Richardson when I do saying it. Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram is actually a better comparison than Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson bow legs, man, but Mark Ingram and them short, them little bitty steps. Matter of fact, Mark Ingram is really a good one. Is that Ken? I'm not staying up to 2. Nah, you ain't got to. I'm gonna shut this down. This ain't gonna be long. I'm just coming in and chop it up with y'all for a minute. Shane Hooks, amazing. Shane Hooks made him some money on Saturday, man. They gonna remember that when they draft that boy, or he go get a. I hope he get drafted, man. He's a big, tall target, 6'5" kid, good, decent route runner, good hands. It's just gonna come down to his pro day, and he go to one of them. If he get to that Senior Bowl, man, and get his shine on, he definitely gonna. You know, they say the draft starts in Mobile at the recent Senior Bowl, so hopefully I'm pulling for him, and he looks good. Speaking of wide receiver play, man, how about Dallas Daniels though, man? That kid is special. All right, look like I'm caught up on the comments. All right, let's get into it. Oh, Jack State versus North Carolina. Hey, you know what? I actually told Shaq today. Shaq and I talked today. Bold prediction. Bold prediction. Jack State and North Carolina Central will finish the season undefeated. You heard it here first. Yes, I said North Carolina Central and Jackson State will finish the regular season undefeated, and your Celebration Bowl in 2022 will be Jackson State versus North Carolina Central. That's my bold prediction. That's my bold prediction. Now, here's why I say that. North Carolina Central has Virginia Lynchburg this Saturday. They're going to beat the snot out of them. Next week, they play Campbell, the team that we play for homecoming. Now, I happen to think that they're going to win that game. If they don't win that game, then obviously they won't be undefeated. But I do think they win the game. Guess what's cool about that game? I know you want revenge. I'm going to explain that, Israel. Hang tight. We got a bye week next week. We got Valley on Saturday, and then we got a bye week. All right. While we're on the bye, we get to scout North Carolina Central and Campbell. That's going to be a really good test to see what kind of team Campbell has. Now, I know that North Carolina Central has to play South Carolina State. I'm picking North Carolina Central to win that game. And then I know they finished the season up with Tennessee Tech, and I also expect them, if they've done what they needed to do, they got a good chance to run the table and finish. So that's a bold prediction. Will I be right? Not sure. But yes, North Carolina Central quarterback is Cole. The kid is special, man. What is his name? Davius Richard, I think is his name. Is it Davius Richard? Yeah, he's a special talent, man. Kid does a little bit of everything. What game would you personally like to see Travis back for? That is a phenomenal question. If it was I, and since it is I, you asked me, I had this conversation today. I would bring Travis back versus Alabama State. And here's why. I don't know if D Davis will be back by then. I don't even know. Maybe he's back already. I haven't paid attention to him. That's why I said I'm not. This ain't the recap tonight. I did we'll come back and do the recap on Wednesday. But Alabama State's gonna try to throw the ball. It's a really good tune-up game. It's in Montgomery. It's their homecoming. It's gonna be. He was out this past week, so that's 1 week of healing. He's out this week. That's another week of healing. There's no reason to bring him back versus Valley. And then you have the bye week. So you have after Coach Prime being asked a question, that will give him a full month of recovery time from this Orange Blossom Classic. Shiloh is cleared to play, but Shiloh has to ease back into it. I don't know if we would see Shiloh until Alabama State. Read that, and that's why I can. That's why I say Alabama State. I think Alabama State is a really good game to bring a lot of players back. You got True Thompson out there. You got you got Travion Mullen. You know, you got Kevion Mullen, I think is the name, and Mullins, the tight end. And I keep getting Travion and Kevion mixed up because of the Evion. So or Avion. So my honest thoughts would be Alabama State. The following week, you got Jacksonville versus Bethune-Cookman. Another good game to kind of get his rhythm back and from coming out of the Alabama State game. Both games on the road. Think you're gonna have a good turnout, and you definitely gonna have a good turnout in Montgomery. But Jacksonville, if Travis Hunter's playing, they probably, that's probably gonna be a good turnout for the locals or whatever. Decent turnout at least. Mostly gonna say Campbell, but I kind of want to have him have a couple of games played before he goes straight back for Campbell. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Now, Israel, to your point, we got South Carolina State no matter what. We play them SWAC MEAC Challenge 2023, first game of the season, week 0 of next season. So regardless of whether we play them in the Celebration Bowl, we will play them. Oh, yeah, and Antonio Doyle. I left him out. So you got a lot of injuries. You got Cam Buckley, Rico Powers, Antonio Doyle. Maybe Doyle is back by then. Had a knee situation from the Orange Blossom Classic, and hopefully we'll have it back. Was it the Orange Blossom Classic, or was that Tennessee State? Might have been Tennessee State. I think that was Tennessee State. Anywho, yeah, Greg Great as well. That's right. A lot of Burgess, a lot of injuries, man. A lot of injuries. So, but this is the beauty of having the depth that we have, man. This is definitely the beauty of having the depth. We 2-3 deep in every position. So getting through Valley, we can honestly beat Valley, in my honest opinion, with our second string team. But we're not gonna do that. I'm just saying we can go out there and beat them with our. We don't really have a second string. We have three first strings. Yeah, we got 3 first strings. That's how we look at that. And we could beat them with the second first stringers or the third first string, however you want to look at it. But man, that bye week can't come fast enough. Hey man, we was talking about this today. Jackson State beat 3 blue blood HBCUs to start the season. I don't think we've ever done that in history at the same time. Beat FAMU, then Tennessee State, then Grambling. Those are 3 juggernauts. And I thought this was definitely going to be the toughest part of the schedule, in my opinion. Their first 3 games, because you got the beginning of the season, FAMU, which I still think is going to be very tough for them to be beat. And I think everybody's just going to have to, that's played Jackson State, is going to have to look at things from a different lens for the teams that's played us. So you got to look at Grambling and FAM a little different. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing your assessment to get ready to go play them. But anywho, I'll do this since I did put down Monday SWAC recap. I'll go through it real quick. Let's look at it real fast and we'll touch on it and then we'll move on. So week 3, we'll do week 3 scores. Of course, Jackson State versus Grambling. We finished 66-24. Austin Peay beat Alabama A&M 28-3. Then not a whole lot much happening on that. I mean, they got a terrible quarterback situation at Alabama A&M. Xavier Langford looked like he got most of the burn. 15 for 33, 187 yards, 1 touchdown. Garrett Quarles got the ball 23 times, 83 yards. Didn't see the end zone. A duel for Tahith Ibrahim, 5 receptions, 74 yards. But Austin Peay did what they needed to do. It looked like Alabama A&M got on the board first, and then Austin Peay proceeded to put up 28 unanswered points, and that was the ball game. Alabama A&M 0-3. I'll come back to Texas Southern and Southern. Oklahoma State, Arkansas Pine Bluff. ain't no need to waste no time on that, man. They called the dogs off on them early. And in the second quarter, I turned the game off. It was 10 minutes ago in the game, bro. In the second quarter, it was 42-0. So that goes back to the money game situations, and we ain't gonna go down that road tonight. A good game that was going on was Incarnate Word. Shout out to Prairie View. Prairie View's defense held Incarnate Word to their lowest scoring outlet this week, 31 points. Lindsey Scott Jr., man, is the real deal. He might win the FCS quarterback of the year, believe it or not. Even though Shador is balling, Lindsey Scott Jr. definitely could be the one that wins that situation. But this is why I had Prairie View not being a threat, Israel. Their quarterback, Dumas, was 2 for 13 for 37 yards. Now I understand they got the running backs that can run and do that, but good luck beating Jack State with your running game. I'm just telling you, good luck beating many teams with your running game if your quarterback can't throw for over 100 yards. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be very successful with that type of equation. So Incarnate Word, tough FCS opponent. That's a top 10 team right there. I did see that Mikey, and we'll touch on basketball soon. We'll touch on Mikey. We're going to get Mo Williams on Tiger Talk soon. So we got a lot coming for y'all, man. But let me get through this recap real quick, man. Give you this quick little schnizzap. Delta State beat Mississippi Valley, man, 28-17. Hey, man. Listen, man. Patrick Shegog is the real deal, man. Hey, that kid was a whole lot to deal with last year, and he got. Sorry about that. I accidentally pushed the wrong button. My mistake. Shegog had himself a ball game, man. In Valley, it looked like Valley decided to go ahead and play the quarterback that they brought in from the JUCO. Now listen to this, man. This is making a lot of people try to scratch their head and figure out what took Vincent so long to do this. The kid was 17 for 25, man, had 182 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about the number one JUCO quarterback. I want to say his name Jamari Jones, and he balled out, man. They didn't win the game for whatever reason. Caleb Johnson, top running back in the SWAC, 17 carries, 79 yards, 1 touchdown. But Shegog was a man amongst boys, man. He was 21 for 39, 246, 1 touchdown, 1 INT, but he also ran the ball 15 times, 53 yards, 1 touchdown. And look, man, this is Valley scored all their points in the second half. At halftime, it was 18-0. So Coach Cooley got that. Look, that's a top D2 program, man. And many times I felt like Valley should be D2, should have been D2 when they only had their 40 scholarships or whatever. But they maintained their D1 status. So, but yeah, this wasn't a good loss because they both, you got the Delta Devils versus Delta State, which is a Division II school. You really need to be ahead of the clip. And the question that people would ask is like, if Delta State can be 3-0 right now, then why can't Valley do more to have success? So, I mean, maybe if Valley dropped to D2, then maybe they could be as successful. But I'll say this right here about Delta State. If Delta State was in the SWAC, man, listen, they wouldn't be 0-3. I can tell you right now. They'd be giving everybody a run for their money. But anyway, Crystal, hey, how you doing, sweetie? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Y'all hit the like button, man. Alcorn State. Shout out to Alcorn, them Braves from Lorman. Tissel. That's that school in Lorman. Shout out to Alcorn, man. Alcorn beat McNeese State. Now McNeese State 0-3. Now, you can say it was. It don't really matter, honestly. I mean, they won the game 30-19. First time that in SWAC school has beat McNeese State ever. And You know, Southern played them last year, I want to say, and they lost, of course, and Alcorn won that game. Statement game for Alcorn, man. Alcorn had now consider this, man. Alcorn is definitely the favorite to win the West. I think Mississippi would be happy to see that. Have a Mississippi SWAC championship game where we play them back to back. Then we get kind of like a home and home. That'll be dope to play them at Jack Spinks and beat them there, and then bring them on to Jackson 2 weeks later and beat them again, right? But hey, man, we asked a lot of questions about Alcorn. Aaron Allen, man, the quarterback transfer from La Tech, man, is balling right now. He's playing good ball for them on the season. You know, only 345 yards, but passing. But he had a very good game, 15 for 27, 55.6% completion percentage, and 189 pass yards, 1 touchdown. But here's why I say that. He's played a really sound game. You know, Alcorn has a 3-headed monster at running back. They have a 3-headed monster, legit running back play, and decent receiver core, and they play Alcorn-style football. If Alcorn beats Stephen F. Austin, we're singing a totally different tune, because that would have had them. They should have won that game. That game, they had it well under control, and if they win that game, but they turn around and win this game, they're now 2-1, and that's extremely impressive for them. Now Tulane, that's a whole nother thing. 52-0 last week, but man, shout out to Alcorn. Shout out to them Braves, man, for putting that thing on McNeese State, man. So that's really good for the SWAC. We needed some out-of-conference wins because our out-of-conference record hasn't been very good as of late. Last but not least, man, let's touch on this Texas Southern game. And I wanted this to be last for a reason, because I watched the coach's press conference today, and my goodness, man. The question was asked, because I had the same question. Why didn't you sub out, McCray? I thought, Bashawn McCray was bad. Thought he was bad, man. He had 3 picks, man. And I get he said, they felt like, going through growing pains, but it makes you wonder, does he just not feel confident in the other quarterbacks that come in? And I understand that McCray is he's a weapon with his feet, 18 for 30, 163 passing yards, 3 INTs, but he had 16 carries, 95. None of that led to points, though. How did Southern lose 24-0 to Texas Southern? I ain't gonna take nothing away from Texas Southern. Andrew Body, 16 for 22. He had 186 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Very good game by Andrew Body, and they had a pedestrian rushing attack. But for the most part, it looks like the MVP of the game is Texas Southern's defense, and that's a knock on me, because guess what I said? I said Texas Southern can't stop nobody. Well, they dang sure stop Southern. And now we got some questions that need to be answered about old Southern, them old yellow belly down there in Baton Rouge. Now, y'all got some questions that need to be answered. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's what I'm saying. Y'all put up 86 points on that little high school team, the NAIA school. Y'all beat down by LSU. And then you got shellacked by Texas Southern. So maybe they ain't what we thought they would be. You know what I mean? So, I know y'all said y'all had the best defensive line, and had the best defense. You got them transferred from Boise State. From Bowie State. Jason Dumas, Jordan Lewis, Davin Cotton. I think that's his name. Well, Cotton. I think Cotton's hurt, but who else? Who else? Trey Lane. Boy, who else y'all had? Who else y'all signed? Great House. Well, y'all supposed to have that defense, huh? Look like y'all should have been one when you got some offensive players, man. Hey, look, I ain't gonna count Southern all the way out, but let me look forward at this schedule real quick. Let me see who y'all got next, boy. Y'all need some positivity in y'all life. Don't be worried about no water. I saw folks talking on Saturday. I said, boy, y'all, how y'all out here getting beat by Texas Southern like that? Y'all worry about what's going on in Jackson. Y'all better leave Jackson alone. Jackson good. We straight. So they got Arkansas Pine Bluff next week. Hey, man, down in the Bluff. So look, y'all got Arkansas Pine. That could be. It could very well be an L. Y'all know y'all lost to them last year, man. Southern could very well. Look, listen to this, man. Southern got Pine Bluff, which in my opinion should be a win, followed by Prairie View, which may not be a win, followed by Alcorn. I don't think Southern has. I think Alcorn beat Southern in Southern. At Southern, I think they beat them, and I think Southern gonna lose the FAMU. So it might get ugly for y'all, and I think Southern gonna lose Bayou Classic. So my pick for Southern to win the SWAC West, I'm gonna ball that up and throw that away. I don't see Southern winning the West, but again, like I said, it is early. And y'all gonna take an L from us, so yeah, man. So that's pretty much who played last week, man. Y'all know what we did. Let's look ahead to week 4, man. Let's see some key matchups, and then I'll shut up and I'll go back to the comments. Jack State versus Valley. You got Grambling going to Bethune-Cookman. I got Grambling in that one. I ain't gonna do no scores right now. UTSA gonna beat the snot out of Texas Southern. Let's move on to the next one. FAMU will beat Alabama A&M. They playing at Bragg in Tallahassee. Alabama State versus Prairie View. That's gonna be a really good matchup, man. Can't wait to really take a look at that game, preview that one. Alcorn State versus Pine Bluff. I got Alcorn in there. They playing down in Norman. It's gonna be light work on Saturday. So, yeah. Southern, I know they got a bye week, man. Y'all better take that bye week and get it together down there. But that's pretty much what happened over the weekend, man. What y'all talking about in the chat? I'll give a few more comments, answer a few more questions, and I'm gonna get out your way, man. Let's start here. Mikey on campus is gonna be a big deal. We're gonna blow that up, man. Again, like I said, we're gonna definitely get Mo on the show, and we're gonna let Mo talk about that. Yes, sir. Just stay tuned for that because it's coming. It's coming, Tyler. I can see that. What happened? Yeah, I had bagged down. I'm sorry. What up, kid? What up? All right. You realize we play? Yeah, man. I found myself. We were doing the recap. I was like, man, we sitting up here. We had to critique it because the question Corey asked us was, has JSU been dominant thus far? My answer is no. Because when you break it down, if you hadn't watched the recap, then shame on you. You see the thing, you see the ticker. I ain't gonna take the ticker down. You know, subscribe to Tiger Talking 1400 Club. If you're new to this page, please hit the subscribe button. That way you can get, and make sure you turn notification bells on so every time I go live, every time we drop content, you get that content. And man, did some hoodies, man. I'm gonna close the show with that. Nah, I ain't gonna do that because I gotta go downstairs and unpack it. Next time I come on, I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all see this logo in the top right corner, man? I threw that on the name. I almost wore that thing on Saturday, man, but I ain't want to, you know, I had to push that Tiger Talk merch. We got merch coming, you know, found somebody to do some dope gear for us. So we're gonna roll that out soon, man. Just hang tight. All of a sudden later, egg. Quiet in Baton Rouge today. Boy, I showed them jokers were quiet, man. They probably was over there hitting the like buttons on that water talk Grambling. That's what they were doing. They ain't want to talk about nothing. Said GSPN had a field day. Boy, I already knew G was gonna go crazy on Jay over there on SWAC. I'm gonna have to go catch that because I want to see what he's talking about. You know, y'all know G a fool. I know Jay. They were looking sick. Ooh. Get the likes up. Appreciate that, energy, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We got 222. Hit that like button. Mike B. We've been dominant. We just haven't played up. I said nah. We had 3 quarters, 3 halves of dominance, 3 halves of shaky. But to our standard, the answer is no. To everybody else's standard, yes. Nah, man. I don't. No. The way I broke that down was, you know, 3 and 3. That's a 50% clip of dominance. That ain't dominant to me. We got to get on the other side of the 50. And, you know, and I know we have been dominant. Yes, we have. But I'm saying a complete game. And listen, a full game, a lot of stuff can happen. A lot of stuff can happen. So, but we 3-0 and we'll take it. And we look good doing it. Tennessee State game was a little. I agree with that. The first game was dominant. The second half of Grambling was dominant. That's all I got. The rest of it was shaky. I was hoping LSU lost too, but they pulled it out. J Max had a stroke. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure he did, man. You know. But what the hell was I just about to do? What was I about to say? I think that's pretty much it. Any other questions, man? Before I get ready to close this out? Gotta dominate Southern and Alcorn. That's more done. Yeah, we gotta beat them, man. We're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat them. We're gonna be depends on what Alcorn looking like, because I'm telling you, if they won the West and they got the West in the bag, hey man, that last game of the season gonna be one for the ages. Oh my gosh. He spelled Dooley D0Z. God damn. Boy, listen here, man. I had got a text message. True story. Yeah, they already want they calling for that dude job already, man. Po Dooley. Dooley gonna have to he gonna start worrying about them ascots and them Gucci suits, man. He gotta win down there. Yes, indeed, man. Oh man, we touched on that. Mark Pope. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a weapon, man. What an amazing revelation, bro, to see Mark Pope. I like him at kick return. I want to see him out there catching some passes too, bro. My goodness. Whoa. You say he tried to clown coach. Don't worry about that. Everybody do what they do, man. Give him a SU tracksuit. They hollering to fire him. Well, you can't fire him. He just got there. He ain't going nowhere. You just signed it. Man, the ink just dried up on that contract. The ink just dried up on that contract, man. So no, man. He ain't going nowhere no time soon. We got to get out of this thought process of, when things ain't. Y'all problem is they looking at Jack State. They mad about this. So everybody trying to keep up with this. And when they can't, they got to talk about the water. I got water. Uh-huh. Can't talk about football, so let me talk about amenities. You know, it is what it is. They gonna get their shot, both of them. Sure did. Now I ought to go back and replay the play where they said that Grambling had the best wide receiver core. That turned out to be false. You know what I'm saying? So Weidman get back in regular rotation. I don't care. It's over everybody. Yeah, Weidman coming. Y'all gotta remember Weidman started off slow last season too. He caught him one, man. And he's a touchdown machine. So just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. Oh yeah, man. The recruit interviews went amazing. TJ Metcalf and his brother. I forget. I don't have the names in front of me. I don't want to mess them up, but I do know that I want to say the young man Taylor Jackson Barrett, the kid out of the UK. Amazing interview, man. Amazing conversation with him. Edge rusher / linebacker. That's an amazing story. I can't wait to, I really hope he commits to Jackson State because he has a phenomenal story. And just listening to him talk about how, he works and he have to get off, gets off at 11 and there's a big time difference and wanting to catch, the games and stuff like that. You know, the games come on late night for him and how, he sought out Jackson State and wanted to come, man, and actually came from the UK for official visit. I mean, he's a stud, man, and you got to go check out his film. Probably will do a cut up. We'll probably do a cut up and add some highlights and then put the interview. But it's on Tiger Talk with 1400 Club. So be sure to go check that out when you get a chance. Oh, before I get out of here, man, I want to show some love to our offensive coordinator, Coach Brett Bartolone. I remember when we hired him and everybody was saying what they were saying. Who's a better offensive coordinator in the conference? You ask that question, you're gonna hear crickets because everybody talked like they knew. Now they're gonna give you every excuse in the world as to why the success is there. But like I made a statement on the recap show, um, I feel like we've left more offense on the on the field than some of these teams would have, you know, than some of these teams would have, that they would have accumulated throughout their whole first few weeks of the season, man. Seriously, I'm telling you, I used to just hate watching us play games because our offense in times past was so predictable that it make your head hurt. I love the flow of the game. I love the way he definitely attacks defense. It never just seems like we're just out there not really having a handle on the game and don't know what's going on. And I just love the pairing of Coach Brett Bartolone and Chico Sanders. It's amazing to watch. We only 3 games into it, and man, oh man, I'm telling you, a 400-yard, 5, 6, 7 touchdown game is coming, bro. I'm telling you, it's coming. Coach Brett Bartolone, he came highly recommended, and I think people act like they knew more than what the coach knew, and yeah, they ain't saying a whole lot now, are they? You know, so that's my take on that, man. I just want to show some love to Coach Bartolone, man, because he has been doing a phenomenal job, man. Phenomenal play calling. Um, so how do we call in? You must be listening to them other folks. We don't do call-ins on this channel, man. We do. I invite you to the stream. I invite you to the stream. That's what we do over here, baby. Welcome. Respect my nerds. I bring a couple folks. I drop the stream on it. A couple folks want to come in before I get off. We got about 8 minutes. I'm gonna get off at in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So if you want to come on the stream and express yourself, feel free to do so. I love to have you on, man. Come on this thing. There you go. Appreciate you, bro. Let me bring you on the stream. What's up? What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
What's going on, Doc? How you doing, man?
Not much. Another day, another dog. You know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I be looking forward to y'all doing these, man. Shoot, I don't have nobody to really talk to about HBCU football like that. So man, I be looking forward to these, man. I appreciate y'all doing them.
I appreciate it too, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I'll be real with you. Just a transparent moment. We, Zoe and I have been talking Jack State football recruiting for years, man. Maybe close to a decade or so. But when Corey and the crew got started with Tiger Talk, like I said, we would come on and do recruiting shows. When the partners that was on the podcast initially, they transitioned and went in a different direction and started with the pregame show, it opened up an opportunity for just the whole group of us that were coming on sparingly to just, come on a little bit more. So that gave us the platform. And we were just, we're on 269, I want to say, episode 269, right at 270. But after doing it, we were just audio only. We felt like YouTube would be a really good avenue to go down, because a lot of times it was a lot of stuff that would be said out in this space, and we really didn't have a way. Not that we want to address anybody or anything. It was just like we needed more real, true in-house Jackson State, like commentary. Like we don't have to see. This is how it works. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna shut up and let you have the rest of it. You don't have to address anything. You just speak your truth, and truth will take care of everything else. So I kind of created this page. Me and Zoe was talking. I was like, man, I'm gonna just see what I could do with it. And I created this page before Tiger Talk came on. And I really did it to just try to push more traffic to Tiger Talk. And I still do that because I really don't pub this page. But when I started going live and me and Zoe would come on, it picked up. And man, it's because of you guys that we actually come on here. Because if I wasn't getting no feedback, hell, I wouldn't be. I would have stopped this a long time ago. So, I mean, we got 200 in the room. I appreciate everybody that comes in, man. The response was amazing. Like, so many people come up to me. I had somebody ask me for my picture on Friday in the bookstore. I was like, wow, this is an older gentleman, man. And it was very, very humbling. And I said, man, I must be doing something that makes people feel some type of way in order to want to take a pic with me. So it made me want to go harder, man. So I appreciate, you for coming on and saying, I just wanted to get that quick little backstory, man. So it's fluid. We really just come on and talk, man, and chop it up, man. It's good stuff. But go ahead.
Right. No, because I always gotta say, I became a JSU fan when Coach Prime was announced, to be the coach. I've been saying I wanted to see stuff like that happen. Like I wouldn't trip up Uncle Ray, Sugar Ray, Ray Lewis. Some people call him Sugarloo, if you know him like that. But now, yeah, like I was saying, like if Uncle Ray did this, or like I'm gonna flip out when Cam decided he gonna just go ahead and coach a team. He be doing the 7-on-7s and stuff. Like I saw a little bit of Shador when he was in high school, and I really like that the primetime show. You know what I'm talking about? The thing that's on YouTube. It's like 6 episodes.
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime, yeah.
Yeah,
that thing's amazing. Like I hope they're doing one for
this. I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking about that. I said, man, I think season 3 gonna be even better. You know what I'm saying? Because kind of seeing it kind of as it happens. Yeah, I think this next episode is gonna be dope. But go ahead.
For real though, I'm right there with you. I was like, shoot, this next season gonna be crazy because I'm really impressed with the conditioning of this team, and you're starting to see it in the, you know what I'm saying? You start to see it in the games, man, because these kids that they're going up against, they come in with the tempo, but they can't.
Boy, that's a great point. I was on the plane today, heading home, and I said to myself, well, thought came to me, damn, this team is in, because I was seeing the comments regarding the people passing out, the water. And look, bro, I'm 40. I could stand to lose a good 40, 50 pounds, man. I had look, man, I bought a 2X in my shirt, man. That thing wasn't hitting, like, it wasn't thanging like it used to. I looked down, I said, boy, you done fell off a little bit, man. I got I fell off a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm still loved, so don't worry about it. I'm good. But here's the thing. I was on the plane, bro, and I said, boy, them state, I said, bro, them, because this is a point neither myself nor Zoe or Corey didn't mention when we did the recap show. Think about it, bro. They played a whole half and they played pretty crappy. And boy, they came out in the second half. It looked like they ain't played nothing. They
ain't lose now one damn step, right?
In the same heat that we complaining about.
Yeah,
man, this team that we doffed our head off to Mo Sims. Now, Zoe mentioned this on the recap when we were leaving the hotel from doing the recruiting interviews. We were talking to Coach Mo Sims, and we're gonna bring him on the show. Let him tell. And Zoe said, "Coach, you got 63 billboards, 100 billboards out there. Meaning those players are your walking billboards because the players are showing forth the kind of work that he does, and it just goes to show." When you got the right strength and conditioning in place, man, it does wonders. One more thing, and then one more thing. For those that follow football and college football, you go back into that documentary that was done, I want to say it's an ESPN 30, where they were interviewing, remember Coach Tom Osborne, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Coach Tom Osborne said that Nebraska was really that team that started to incorporate that weightlifting, that real heavy weightlifting and regimen, because the point that he was making was we're going to basically out-condition everybody. We're going to outwork everybody. We're going to that's a great point, depth. And what we're going to do is when they are tiring down in the third and fourth quarter because they don't have the depth and they don't have the conditioning that we have, we throwing fresh bodies at them. We're coming full speed ahead all game long. Boom, there goes your game breaker. And we did the same thing in the second half against FAMU when we started running it up, man. So When does most of the mistakes happen? When you're tired.
Yes, sir.
You got real low for some strange reason, brother. I don't know what happened.
Oh, hello.
Oh, there you
Can you
go.
hear me?
There you go. Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
now. Go
I
ahead.
think I have my hand on. I got an iPhone. I got an iPhone 12. You know, they put the speakers at the bottom, so you know you got to put your hands on the side. I'm not used to that, but yeah, I said at the same time you said it, man. Like you start making mental errors when you're tired. You know, away from the penalties. Like I said, they only scored twice, and you know that touchdown was a fluke because he ain't do
Yep.
that again.
Well, I'll say this though. First thing first about your phone, bro. Like you said, iPhone 12.
Yeah.
Tell you how you can make that thing. Tell you what you can do with that one. That's a. You can just when you roll down the street, just let the window down and just chunk it out the window. That'll be the, get you a Droid, man. I'm just teasing. I'm just messing with you, dog. I'm messing with you. Hey, no, but so yeah, I mean, the game was itself was you know it was a tale of two halves. It was two games that happened. You had the like he
Right.
said the lackadaisical JSU in the first half, and then you had the real JSU came out. I just hate we gave up that 7 points, man. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
That garbage time touchdown did something to me, man. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah. That's
Because
going on this highlight reel. I did the JSU. Yeah, sure. Hey, shout out
yeah,
to Wilkins. Is it Wilkinson
oh
or
yeah,
Wilkins? I'm trying to remember this boy name.
Sy'veon Wilkerson.
Wilkinson, that man. Shout out to that dude. That guy is incredible. He
He
is
is, man.
incredible.
He's everything that was advertised. He did his thing in the MEAC last year, and the MEAC is a physical league, man. The MEAC is really good in D line and trench play and running. So for him to be able to do what he did last season spoke to the kind of running back he was. So for us to land him has been a huge pickup for us, bro. It's been great thus far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sy'veon got so many nicknames. Zoe calls him Lil Sugar Cube, which is hilarious to me because he said, Walter Payton, Walter Sweetness Payton is his favorite player,
Uh-huh.
but we don't want to compare nobody to Walter Payton. That's a no-fly zone right there. You don't want to
Right.
touch that. Don't put that kind of pressure on nobody. But he said that's
Right.
his favorite player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Zoe said there can only be one Sweetness, so he called him Little Sugar Cube, and that's hilarious. But I called him 3-6 Mafia sitting in the stands, and then somebody left a comment this morning saying that, hey man, that's what they call him on the pregame show. So shout out to Neely and Chuck B. I didn't know that, but like minds, great minds think alike.
Think alike.
Um, Somebody just said the machine. I've heard what was the other one? Little bowling ball. I've heard all kind of stuff, man.
Like I
Yes,
like
indeed.
what they did with him because when they realized, oh, hold up, like the run game, like them DBs when they had fresh legs, they was on it and they had to open up a little bit and
Yep.
run. And I appreciate them going with what's the other back? I forget that kid name because I think Santee ain't played this game. Or
Santee played. He
he might have
played
came in
garbage
late.
man, but JD Martin, number 8.
JD Moore, okay, yeah. Yeah, he made up for it for me, boy, because he dropping passes and what I'm saying, not getting upfield. He definitely made up for it, man, with that break. So I
Yeah, he
shout out
broke
to
one.
him.
That string pass. He took that thing on up there, man. I like that.
Yeah. That's how you run the
Somebody
ball. You run
said,
the ball with some authority now. I need that.
look at this juggernaut. Hey, I like that, man. I love. See, this is the thing about Sy'veon that makes me root so hard for him. Like I said, I got pictures with him. I got a dope pic with him, man. And
Mhm.
I just matter of fact, I'm gonna put that on here, man. I'm gonna overlay it real quick because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm more inspired by the kid's story because he bet on himself. A lot of people don't know this, but Sy'veon came to Jackson State as a PWO, man, for a walk-up. And it was I'm gonna enter the studio from my phone, so 1 second, because I'm gonna upload this photo real quick. And because he knew that he could he definitely knew that he knew that he could do what he's doing right now. He knew that already. So the thing about him, let me turn it down. Let me upload this real fast, bro. Then I'm gonna overlay. Took a pic with him, bro. Cool cat, man. So, one second, I got an echo. There we go. There you go, man. As y'all can see, I'm hot as shit right now. But that we took a pic in the stands. Y'all can see the Tiger Talk hoodie. I had a black one on, but man, I had the towel, I had the hoodie on my head. It was hot as cow piss out there. Do you hear me, man? And I was sweating like a big dog, man. But that kid right there is a cool kid to me, man, because he came to Jackson State and he literally earned his keep. He earned his keep, man, and nothing was given to him. I mean, I look forward to Coach putting the video out there saying he put him on full scholarship, you know, unless if he haven't done it already. You still there, bro? Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm just listening. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm just listening, but I got a question for you. Because I was watching something, and I might need to go back and watch it before I quote this dude. But Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, I would, probably not this year, but maybe like next year, or like maybe Shadour's like senior year. I wouldn't mind an Ole Miss versus JSU game. What you think about that? Because I ain't scared of no Ole Miss. Like they have a
that game would be a sellout. If we had Shedeur Sanders as a senior, which I don't think that he'll be a senior in college. I personally think that he goes to the pros after his junior year.
Nah, you should stay one more year. He's good. He's that good.
It depends. It depends on his junior. I'm not worried about it this year. This year you just need to see him continue to take that leap. But they not gonna stay, bro. Like you got to consider Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. These are like red shirt sophomores, bro. They gone after this year. You know what I'm saying? They play
right.
season and they out of there. They're gonna get 3 years in and they're gonna roll.
Right.
But if just per chance Shedeur decides to play his senior year, get his master's degree or something, right? If he's still at Jackson State, which I expect him to be, I'm saying if he's at Jackson State as a senior, now I'm talking about not pro.
Right.
I would absolutely love for us to play Ole Miss at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. I would love
yes, sir.
I would love that game. I really would, because that would mean that we would be in 2024. And Coach Prime would still be at Jackson State, and we would have 2 more signing classes under our belt.
Yeah,
I like my chances, bro.
Yeah,
why not? Why not?
Matter of fact, just looking at that defense.
Hey, we can play them at the vet. They probably won't do that, but we'll go about Hemingway because it's I think
no. I don't see them losing with Shedeur, because you need a consistent quarterback, and that's my issue with Ole Miss. They'll win a couple games. They don't really get like a strong quarterback. I
already know that, Spence. I know that they won't schedule that game while we're good. Here's why.
What Mississippi State?
Mississippi State will. I don't know if they'll schedule it though. I don't know if any of these teams will schedule that game while we're good, because it's Mississippi, man. You can't lose to Jackson State. Those schools can't lose. USM won't play us right now, because I think we would upset USM right now. We would absolutely upset. I believe
that defense. That defense, I believe it. Like, I don't know, man. Like when I look at personnel and I study, like, what people have, like that defense alone last year, JSU could have beat like definitely Iowa and Idaho and New Mexico and Arizona State and Arizona and freaking Oregon State. Like they beat teams like that. The defense alone would have beat those teams. In my humble opinion, it just that O line last year was suspect, and I like what I'm saying for the O line this year.
The O line is playing well, man. I mean, they got my lip chap, man. What y'all know about that right there? You know about that right there, man. That's JSU lip chap, man.
JSU's finest.
I'm true to this. I ain't new to this, man. I better know it. Nah, I'm messing with you. But anyway, man. Now, bro. It's all good, man.
Right.
I don't even. What did you just say, bro? I just lost my train of thought.
I said we was talking about the Battle of Mississippi. That'd be a hell of a news article. The Battle of Mississippi.
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. None of them teams are gonna schedule us because it'll be a damn riot if they lost that game. Football is in the South, man. Football is religion, bro. So they're not gonna. You can't lose to Jackson State. Jackson State can do their thing, but we're gonna stay away from them.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stay away from them. You avoid the big dude outside that's got his shirt off, cussing, saying who else wants some Hollywood?
Want some Hollywood coat?
You gonna go out the other side of it. You gonna go out the other way. You gonna go that way. You go that way. He might punch you in your face. You know, I'm just saying. You might get you know what I'm saying? Hey man, they don't want their recruits down there in the Jack, man. I'm telling you, look. This past weekend, and this upcoming weekend ain't. Listen, unfortunately, Coach Prime was talking about Grambling. I could talk about us. I think we should have. We could have did better. You know,
yeah.
We didn't. And I'm not gonna. But I'm gonna be light on that because I understand some people's circumstances may or not have allowed them because we've been going through a lot. So I'm gonna be very, very slow to criticize folks for why they didn't do whatever they wanted to do. But we could have done better as a whole. That's all I'm saying. Now, with that being said, Saturday I don't expect it to be. I actually think maybe high 30s. You know, if we get up to 40,000, that'd be based off what I saw Saturday. That'll be a shocker. But I think we're gonna be somewhere along the high 30s. But I do feel like homecoming, and here's why homecoming in Southern is gonna be such a great turnout. Because after Saturday, you get no more football in Jackson until the end of October. So I'm telling you right now, if you're in Jackson, go to the game, man. If you're near Jackson, you can go to the game. Go to the game. It's gonna be a while. You're gonna have a whole month before you see Jackson State football in Jackson, Mississippi again, because you got a bye week and then you got 2 straight road games. So for the next 3 weeks after Saturday, it's gonna be bye week, road, and then you got to go the full week before you get to this. So you got a whole month of before you see football in Jackson again.
Kenny, I got 2 more things I got to say that I'm gonna go back in the comic section, but and I appreciate you bringing me on stage. But I heard other people talking about it, and other streams like SWAC Buzz and a couple other things, people on YouTube, Off the Beat, I think that's Off the Script, somebody like that, was talking about it. Do you think Travis is gonna make his return during homecoming?
It's up to the coaches. It could be. I mean, I don't really have a, somebody asked that question.
Acute estimate. Yeah. When would you like to see him come back? When would you like to see him come back?
Yeah, and I answered that earlier. For me, it would be against Alabama State in 2 weeks. In my opinion, actually in 3 weeks, because today is Monday. So we have this week, then we have the bye week, and then we have the following week. And I think not only does he have to heal, but he has to get his, make sure his conditioning and everything is there. Because you don't want the conditioning to be out of whack because you could put yourself back in harm's way. Do they bring him back for Alabama State? Maybe not. Maybe they bring him back for homecoming. I mean, do we need him against Alabama State and Bethune-Cookman? Maybe not. I mean, are they really?
How about no?
Are they putting up a lot of passing yards? Yeah.
No.
Campbell, yeah, because they got a quarterback that can spin that thing.
Right.
Alabama State, Valley, Bethune-Cookman, very, very, very shaky quarterback. I think we're okay. So it's safe to say if they shut him down to homecoming, that means that they have officially decided to give him 2 months off.
Right.
What should I say? Is that 7 weeks? Is that 7 weeks total?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got Tennessee State, you got Grambling, and you got Valley, and you got a bye week, and you got Alabama State, and you got Bethune-Cookman, and then you got Camp. Yeah,
Just
so
about. Just about.
Be close to 7 weeks. So
no.
If he's not available to go then at that point you got to start looking at medically red shirt and just letting it be that. And that's the same thing. Can you point the camera? Can they point? No, they can't because where they gonna point it at? There is nowhere to put. You got to look at the stadium. That stadium. Keep in mind, y'all, the stadium was built in the 50s, man. That's where the Egg Bowl used to be played at. That stadium wasn't made for 2022 football. That's why it's time for us to get us a new stadium. So the vet has been very good to us and served his purpose, and hopefully we can retire her soon. Hopefully, but no, the press boxes are above the home side. That's why you see the cameras where they are. So there is nowhere to put the cameras on the visitor side. Unless you go and I don't even know if you can set up. I don't know. I don't even think you can do that because it's also shaded. So you gotta look at the way the stadium is constructed. Matching this weekend. Appreciate you for coming on, bro. No good. No worries. I'll take a couple more and then I'm out. I'm gonna get off at 10 my time, so I got 2 minutes. They said, what do I think about the matchup this weekend? Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M doesn't have any good quarterback play right now. FAMU, I think FAMU wins that game by a couple of touchdowns, in my opinion. Don't have a score yet, but I think FAMU is better than them. Yeah, I think FAMU takes that game. Y'all governor said, bump y'all new stadium. Actually, he didn't say that. The governor actually said some other stuff, but tater tot, potato head, basically said that he's not a fan of, he deflected from a question that had nothing to do with Jackson State, but the issue isn't, the issue regarding the stadium is where to put it. We're not putting no stadium at the Metro Center. We're not putting no stadium by I-55. If we build a new stadium, it will be on the campus of Jackson State. Otherwise, we're not building a new stadium. Shedeur Heisman campaign, not so fast, my friend. That ain't gonna happen. Not this year. It would be nice, but he has to. Maybe if he has to have some 400 and 500 yard passing games. If he can continue, he has to be like, he got to get above 4,000 yards passing, and even add more rushing touchdowns. And I would say, if he can continue to not have any interceptions, that would be great. But there's too many other good quarterbacks right now that's playing extremely well. I mean, C.J. Stroud at Oklahoma. I mean, not Oklahoma. Wow, Ohio State. Bryce Young, Alabama. Another name that folks got to. I don't know if he wins out, but Drake May at UNC. That's another name that, but I don't see from a Heisman standpoint, Shedeur getting that consideration. He has to be like all worldly. And they got to be very Steve McNair's. When you look at Steve McNair numbers, his numbers weren't just passing, it was also rushing. So, yeah, FAMU by 3 tugs. I can respect it. No misspell someone's name on purpose. Who misspelled somebody's name? Crowd needs to be rowdy. Yeah. Can you get the announcer to get the fans cheering on defense and on the offense? Man, look at here, man. We got some work to do. Hell no. No, bro. Jackson State is not. No, bro. We got to let Jackson State need to do for Jackson State, not for the city. the city should be doing for Jackson State, not the other way around. At the end of the day, Jackson State is an entity that exists within the city. No other entity has to bear the burden of the city of Jackson. It's not fair to Jackson State to have to do that. On the campus is where it needs to be. We need the players and the student athletes. We need a student section. They need to be able to leave dorms and walk over to the game, or drive over, whatever. And it would be cool to start a new tradition from a standpoint. And I think now is the time, man. We got the momentum. I just think now is the time. Whenever Coach Prime leaves, there will be some drop off. You got to prepare for that. So I think a 42,000 seat stadium would be phenomenal. And I think you shave off that extra dead weight of the stadium and you get anywhere from 38,000 to 42. 42 would be my, recommendation, because we're not trying to accommodate visitors anymore. Forget them folk, man. Y'all get 1,000 tickets. We're going to put your behind way up in the top of the damn corner, and that's going to be the visitor section. But that other 40, that 41, that 40,000 is going to be, that 1,000 is going to be obviously for the band and, the other stuff that goes on. I want suites. See, this is how you do that, man. You make a stadium, a new stadium that accommodates, that has shade. When you build it, it needs to have a design where it allows the seats to have some forms of shade and have suites. And imagine having suites at a new stadium on campus. Oh man, that would be unbelievable, man. Where all the lights work, and then you have a night game on it, and then it's connected to the city of Jackson. You get some folks to really invest in downtown Jackson, get that downtown scene really thriving and popping. And that would be a dream come true for Jackson. We need a downtown, and not you put a Jackson State in the city, the Metro Center. What about everything else around it? There ain't nothing else gonna happen. It's gonna look exactly the same. It's gonna be we ain't doing that. 55 on defense Saturday is King Imukumar. Imwakuma. The new kid, King. No way, has to be 5,500 at least. No, it's not happening. You're not doing you say no way, it has to be 5,500. 5,500 what? 5,500 for the visitors? Or you mean 55,000? No, it's not 50. You got to keep in mind, this is what we're not gonna get a 50,000 seat stadium. That's not happening. Not gonna happen. I'll tell you why. It's not gonna happen because the cost, too much of a cost, and it just, we've never averaged 50,000 up until Coach Prime. We may get to that number this year, but last year we averaged 42. So yeah, think about that. Like, the reality of the matter is that I look at it like this. Jackson State is not packing out the vet. We're not. Let's be realistic here. We're not packing out the vet. We should, but for good reason we haven't. But we should. When we celebrate big turnouts, we're factoring in other fan bases coming to the game. That's what we're factoring in. But in big boy ball, their fans pack their own stadiums. Their fans, and they have a very small amount of space for visitors because our home game is our home game. We want to create. I understand it because we like the battle of the bands and all that type of stuff. But I'm telling you, nobody has a 40,000 seat stadium in our entire conference. It's still way bigger. Keep in mind that as of right now, the vet is listed as 44,000 seats. Even though I think it was redone to where people could have room. But no, man, I don't think 55. What do we need a 55,000 seat stadium so we can have empty spaces for? We don't need that. I mean, 42,000, and I'm telling you, this is just following. It's okay to have a sellout. Buy your damn ticket. It'll create urgency. And if you have urgency, if you have a demand, it makes when the value is there, the demand goes up. So here's all I'm saying. 35,400. Hey, now I ain't mad with it. But I think the stadium, you have to factor in. It's just like this, man. Back in the day when we was going out, some of us still do. But you remember that club that was, you had to get to that mug early. That line was gonna be long. And when you got in that thing, it was tight. But everybody wanted to be in there because you knew that's where it needed to be. And you take that same club owner and he go buy this big old space, and it ain't quite the same as it was when it was small. It's just something about having a more intimate. I want a 42,000 seat stadium that's right on the field. They're right on them. So when they come in there, we on top of y'all head. And it ain't no visitor section. I don't want to accommodate for visitors. If we go 38,000, all right, so be it. But imagine this, 38,000, I'm going to tell y'all who 38,000 is. I'm going to give you a program. I'm going to mess your head up real quick. And I keep saying I'm going to get out of your way. I really am. I got a program I want y'all to know real quick. I just need to confirm it because I don't like to say stuff without having all my data right. But I have it in my head, and I'm pretty sure. The school I'm looking and I'm researching is Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati Bearcats has a stadium capacity of 40,000. And under Coach Luke Finkel, Cincinnati played in what? Didn't they play in the playoffs last year? Yes, they did. That's our template. That's our template. 40,000. 40,000. I understand what we think, but here's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you right now, 40,000 is the way to go. We go 40,000 and 40, 42. Hey, you bring your band, you bring your folk, however you want to do it. Even when you bring your band, we might stick you up there at the top of the corner or something. We'll do them like Southern do us. Southern throw us way over in the corner. I ain't got no problem with that. But you need a packed house, man. Man, I'm telling you, forget all this airspace. Man, we weren't packed out up in there. Imagine that crowd that you saw on Saturday. Imagine that 44. So we had 44. But imagine that we shaved 2,000 off of that, and it was a sellout. You got a 42,000 game sellout. That means, guess what? We talk about ticket prices. The price of the brick done went up when their mugs keep selling out because you like, well, I got to get my tickets. People buying tickets way in advance, and you can go up. When the demand is high, it dictates value. It dictates price. A good price point is 42,000. You set that's the max, and we need to do our part as attendance champs of making sure every single game we pack the vet. It ain't gonna be the vet no more, whatever it's called. We pack that mug out, bro. And I want turf. I want working light bulbs. I want state of the art. I want Wi-Fi. Oh, come on, y'all. Y'all know y'all want Wi-Fi, man. Y'all know y'all don't want to be in no packed house. You can't get your signals and check no scores. I want a jumbotron. I want suites. Yeah, I want suites. I can talk with the 1400 Club suite. Yeah, I want all that. Hey, hey, I know Daddy love his sound system and his trash in the bed. Yeah, all that. But I'll say it like this right here. Daddy love his 77 Coupe de Ville. Until you pull that 2023 out and say, Dad, I got you something. Daddy gonna look at that Coupe de Ville, he gonna look at that 2023. He gonna say, son, I thank you. Cause ain't nothing like updated modern amenities, man. I'm just telling y'all, man. And you got to partner and make that thing shake, you know. So on the campus, man, on the campus is where we want to be, you know. And we can do it, man. We can definitely do it. Big old jumbotron. You doggone right. Turf is super hot. Yeah, it's super hot, but it also the maintenance of it is a little different than grass. I prefer turf because yeah, I mean, if you can do grass, but new stadium you're probably gonna do turf though. You're probably gonna do turf, and we practice on turf now, so you just got to keep that in mind. But I would love, man, a brand new stadium between 38, 42,000, man. But anyway, folks, hey, it's getting late, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Hey, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. As always, man, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, continue to support. We'll be back on Wednesday. Have Zoe on. Like I said, we're gonna come on probably Wednesday evening and talk some. We'll probably talk football, recap and preview. And I don't want to be redundant, so I'm gonna let him get his shine on, and he'll do talking most of that, and I'll just kind of, let him do his thing. So appreciate y'all, man. Love the support, love y'all, man. Keep rocking with your boy. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments, whatever. Hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. Go subscribe to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. I appreciate y'all, man. Good night.